years old, 10, 11 years, that's big. How old were you? 12 years old, how old were you? 13. You talk to me real quick though, give me that. So what was it though? You picked up the rock, what happened? Like how did you know, all right, football ain't necessarily that, that may not be, like I can do it, but this is what I want to do. What did that feel like? Good. And so what was you doing? Was you dribbling, shooting? Good, shooting, right? And when you were shooting, you was like, yep, I want to go to the league, right? So there's a league for you. But I told you 200 years ago, if you picked up a rock, there wasn't what? There wasn't a league for you. So you got a league now. So when I dropped out of high school and I started going to this church and let me speak, I picked up the mic. I was 16 years old, I picked up the mic. I'm not gonna say it was the best speech I ever did, but when I picked up that mic and got off that stage, I was like, yep, I can do it. And so you looked up to who when you played ball? Like, who were the people you looked up to? Kobe, LeBron, CP, D-Wade, Kobe. I was the same thing with me with Dr. Martin Luther King. When I saw Dr. Martin Luther King up there like in Washington, like all those people, I got a dream. When I saw Malcolm, like boom. And I saw hundreds of black men, boom. Like, let's go. I'm like, ooh, I could do that. Like I could do that. And then when I found out I could make money doing it and I could take care of my family, I was like, showtime. Like you only got one shot, E. So here's what I want to tell you. You have an opportunity, but to keep it 100, how many jobs are in the NBA? For real, because I know you sweet. I'm not taking nothing away from that. But you gotta understand that pride comes before a fall. You gotta understand that pride comes before a fall. So I want you to be sweet, but don't be so prideful that you don't look at the facts. It's 400 jobs. There's 400 jobs in the league. But how many, let's just say, bro, I ain't being prejudiced. How many just black men in the United States of America do you think trying to go to the NBA? You think it's more than 400? How many of y'all think it's about 1,000 dudes? Chicago, Detroit, Gary, Indiana, Houston, New Orleans. How many of y'all think there's more than 1,000 cats across the country, LA, Oklahoma, who trying to go to the league? Let me see your hands. Jersey, I'm sorry, no doubt. Don't forget Jersey. I love it. Don't forget Jersey. Jersey trying to go. How many of y'all think it's 10,000? He said more. How many you think? So you say millions. So I say about 50,000 maybe who can really play. You got 50,000 people who all is trying to fight for 400 jobs. France, Italy. So now you ain't even, you're right. He said millions. You're probably right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just thinking about the United States of America. I'm not thinking about the rest of the world. And so you said 400, but are those 400 jobs available every year? So those 400 not even available. So I don't know the numbers because I don't play ball. Somebody give me the numbers of what's available in the league every year. How many real jobs are in the league every year? 45 jobs, and you just told me you got 1 million of them on it. So I just want to tell you a couple things, right? Because when we were enslaved, there were some people like Frederick Douglass. He had that dog. Go study him. He was like, y'all ain't gonna lock me down. I'm good. I'm gonna get my own freedom. You're not locking me down. Right? There was people, Booker T. Washington, Frederick Douglass, like go back. Carter G. Woodson, that dudes back in the day, they wrote. So here's what I want to tell you, that a lot of people that's gonna get those 45, they're gonna have to have that dog. Right? So I want to say this to you. It's a lot of you for real. You just feel like flat out. It's just automatic. That's how you feel it. First of all, you gotta realize there's injury. Anything can happen to you. So let's not even deal with injury. Let's just deal with for real. 45 jobs and everybody fighting for them. Number one, I'm gonna be real with you. Number one, if you're gonna get it, you're gonna have to have that dog. You're gonna have to have that dog. You're gonna have to be that dude that say, I'm not just going with skill. So here's where a lot of kids that I meet, I don't care what it is. I work in NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. I work with soccer. I'm in Australia working. I'm all over the world. Sports, period. There's a one type of dude who feel like because he's gifted that it's just an automatic role for him. Let me tell y'all something. You are gifted, but you better humble yourself. You listen to what I tell you. How many people here, you 6'6" or taller? Let me see your hand real quick. 6'6" or taller. All right, let me say this to you. You ain't had nothing to do with that. You had absolutely nothing to do with that. That was the creator. You ain't had nothing to do with that. I'm just being for real. Dude 6'8", he got hair, he like, he the man. That's like you came out, your parents, however the DNA didn't happen. You just came out with those skills. You were born with that. Right? You were born with that. You didn't do nothing to earn that. You were born with height. You were born with a structure. You came with a DNA. You was born with that. That's not what gets you in the league. Not what you were born with. You got skill and you got will. You got skill and you got will. Two total different things. You were born with certain things, but to get to the next level, and not just get to the next level, to stay at the next level, you gotta have will when you get to that next level. So when you play, you have to compete. Right? Now let's be real. Y'all gotta, you don't owe nobody in this room. I want y'all to be honest with me. How many of y'all can honestly say, when it comes to the game, practice, that every time you practice, you got that same dog. You give it 120%. Every time you practice, you don't care what the circumstance